Hello there, my name is Jan Skradek, and in this video I will demonstrate different texture properties you can apply in OpenGL. So, with most of, so for now I prepared this scene right here. Um, the scene shows few different rotating objects in a plane, which are covered in a diffuse texture and a simple fog material to add shadows. So with the most simplistic way, you can look at um, how a texture, how a shader chooses a color of a texture based on texture coordinate. Is obviously is basically that based on a texture coordinate, it chooses the nearest pixel, in this case a pixel on a texture, that it hits, and it selects that exact pixel. That is specifically good for any type of textures that you want to preserve those sharp edges around the pixels. However, as you can see behind me right there, it also leads to aliasing of different colors and textures, as it doesn't smoothly transition between them. So yeah, and as we can just if you want to scale it around different texture sizes, you can see those interpolations and rings on the pot right there. Another so That method is called nearest neighbor, assigning nearest texel on the texture based on a texture coordinate. And the other way you can do so is also linear. So with linear, you instead of picking the one nearest texel, you sample between four you sample between four texels closest to the coordinate. This in turn allows the texture to add smoothing to it. So as you can see, the edges are smoothed around the texture. For more realistic scenes, this works very well. You don't need to apply the sharp edge on those textures. Nearest neighbor would work better for something like Minecraft or something else, where you want to key when the pixel nature of the texture is um, you want to preserve the sharpness of the texture, because it's part of the visual style of your game or the scene. However, as you can see, the the aliasing still occurs, especially on those things right here. You can see those rings and edges. So another, and also so that is just when there's only one resolution of a texture, where you just input the maximum size of a texture and you go with it. The other way, which also helped that, is MIP mapping. MIP mapping is basically creating several different sizes of the texture, so level of detail of the texture (LODs) on initial when loading the texture, and then applying that based on um, how far the texture is from the viewpoint. So now this here is texture nearest MIP map. So basically, if you don't see it now, but if I scale down the picture out here, as you can see, there are two different on this wall right here. There are two different types of textures that are being applied right here. Two different textures that are applied right here, with varying size and level of detail. As you can see right here. Yeah, and then if you go to kettle, yeah, so you can see those rings there. That's where different texture are being applied because of the MIP map. And then combining that with linear interpolation, we get nice and smooth edges all around in any version of the model you have right here. And you see that aliasing, there's still some aliasing on the around if you look further down, or even if you lower down the resolution of this video, it will show some popping of aliasing because the video is resized and interpolation is performed a certain way. But yeah, so these are all the different ways you can apply. You can apply textures to your objects and control them based on what you want to do. Thank you very much.